Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome everyone to Intrazon, India's largest retail intraday traders online conference. I'm Fazil Ahmed, the director of Traders Gurukul and also the host for today's program. It's a great pleasure to invite every one of you to the third edition of this intraday webinar series. I'm sure by the end of this program, you will have a lot of knowledge which can help you to make better decisions in your trading journey. Let me also like to thank our media partner Money Control Pro, the largest financial portal in India with millions of daily readership on their website. They helped us to reach a wider audience in a short span of time. Let's also thank and appreciate our title sponsor Espresso from the family of Sherkhan, one of the leading stock brokers in India with millions of investors as their customer. The speaker for today is Nikhil Zelawat. Nikhil Zelawat is the CEO of Stocks Emoji and as well as Traders Sync, which is a flexible, powerful, complete, and convenient trading general platform for stock, forex, options, and futures trader. He's on a mission to help retail traders in India become more disciplined, effective while making their financial decisions by analyzing their own behavior through journaling. He has qualified B in Electronics and Communication from IES IPS Academy. Also, he has attended few of the options trading seminars from the Courtney Smith, who is a Wall Street trader. He will empower us today with his special topic called Expertise Your Intraday Time Zone and Strategy Picking. Dear Nikhil, on behalf of Traders Gurukul, Money Control Pro, Espresso, I extend my warm welcome to our program as an elite speaker. Go ahead, Nikhil, the stage is yours.
All right. Thanks, Fazil, for the warm introduction. And before we start the presentation, I would like to extend my gratitude towards the Traders Gurukul team, Fazil, Akshu, and also Money Control and Espresso team for organizing this wonderful online event. And even I wanted to extend the same gratitude towards the participant who joined this late evening on the Sunday night. So I can see the enthusiasm and the eagerness to learn about the options or intraday even on the Sunday night. All right. So let's start the presentation. So today's topic is about expertise your intraday time zone and strategy picking. So many of you have been learning from past few days about the new strategies, learning from many of the mentors in the intraday. So today we will learn few new strategies and also we'll learn like how to pick the best strategies. How to pick the best strategies, I don't mean like the few strategies are working or not working, because many of the mentors and the traders who are professionally trading, they have their own psychology, behavior, expertise in a certain field, and your behavior, your psychology, your past experience differs from any other person or any other mentor, right? So we'll discover or we'll help understand how exactly you can identify your own behavior in terms of the psychology. You can play while handling the market, like which the type of trader you are, what strategy works best for you, not the best strategy we are trying to pick, and what's feasible according to your psychology, risk behavior, risk appetite, and the time zone you are working on. All right. So yeah, Faiz has already given a quite a good introduction about me. So I'll just skip this part. Okay, so let's now come to the today's agenda. What exactly we are going to cover in the seminar and what exactly are going to takeaways from this seminar. The first thing is we are going to pick some of the best intraday strategies. And I already told you it's not about the best intraday strategy, but the best intraday strategy for you. It can differ from person to person. So we'll learn to pick how exactly the strategy fits for me in terms of the execution psychology, etc. The second thing we will get to understand, like what where exactly my time zone is, because the market opens from 9 to 3:30, and we all trade. Some of us trades in the morning, some of us trades in the evening, and I used to trade for the whole day aggressively, doing the over trading, doing the lot of mistakes and all those things. But as you become more professional, as you get more experience, you tend to identify your own time zone, where exactly I'm doing good, at what time, at what place, at what strategies. So those things, those minute details we are going to identify. Now, the third thing is, as we are mostly focusing on the intraday strategies, we are going to utilize, because we have to be very much aware how exactly we should use our margin very efficiently, because the seconds, the times, the minutes, it helps you understand where exactly my money is working quite well in terms of the strategies and timing. So identify what exactly, what parameters you can utilize or tweak in your strategies to make the most of your margin in terms of reducing your drawdowns or the risk and increasing the profits. So we'll learn those things. The next thing is, we will help you understand the performance intraday, like what all parameters you need to consider while evaluating your intraday strategies. So those things we'll start considering and start evaluating from the intraday perspective. And the last time, and the last thing, we will identify the behavior you should carry as a day trader, and understand what situation gets you more strength or works well in your condition, and what doesn't make you in your what's your weakness, and how you can exactly improve your performance by identifying your own weakness, right? All right. So before we start all these things, I'll just like to share my journey around the market. So I started with a journey of making certain systems in the market, because my major aim was to automate the things and to be on the systematic trader that helps me make the decision from objective point of view, to help me expertise in a systematic way, so I don't have to worry about any subjectivity. So those rule defined things I started making. And I took training, as Faisal said, from the Wall Street traders name is Courtney Smith. So I'll share one of my life changing moment also, because those are the things you learn from your mentors and try to identify what exactly they are doing, how the professional works in the market. And after doing this, started my journey. Even I wiped off my capital a couple of times and learned the big mistakes I used to make earlier in the market. And ultimately, I'm not talking about the how much money one can make or so, but other than money, from the trading or this career, you can also get the freedom of time, right? So that's also we need should focus on. So when I used to trade, I used to sit for the whole 6.5 hours, focusing on the different opportunities, maybe over trading many of the times, and ultimately that's not feasible and healthy for sitting all the times on the desk. So those things are reduced to just 1 hour. So now I trade not more than 1 hours in the market for the whole day, and I'm getting the good performance also in terms of what I used to do previously. So those things that help you understand what exactly how you can optimize in terms of your money, in terms of your time, and better utilize all those things. Okay, so this was the moment. I'll just share. This is my mentor, Courtney Smith. And when I was attending his sessions, taking the workshops, so three things he said, which I would like to share with all of you guys, because those things, grained me, made me strong from internally, and helped me clear my vision, how I should approach trading, how I should approach life, where I should focus more. So the three things he shared was like, he trades only 15 minutes a day. Now for many of you, like how the hell we can just trade on the 15 minutes. So those things will help you understand like how exactly you can squeeze your like activity, so you don't need to sit for the whole 6.5 hours and get things done more precisely. The second thing is, you have to be focused like a laser beam. All right. So when he said like you should only trade for the 15 minutes, the first thing he said like you can't focus for the whole 5 or 6 hours on the market. But the focus, you can just focus for the 15 minutes or half an hour max, right? So there you should focus and get your execution done very precisely. Okay, I'll help you understand more in detail in the coming slides. The third thing is said he can trade from anywhere in the world. So he explained like he in the last 6 months he occasionally travel in the last 15 countries, sitting in the five-star hotels and doing the trading. And all they need is one computer, laptop, or the internet connection. So that's how they started giving us how exactly you want to make money other than taking the freedom of time and optimizing your time and also the money in the market. All right. So as we said, like majority of the focus in the market hour for reducing the timing comes by reducing the timing. And so what exactly we need to do while doing all this stuff? So basically 90% of our work should be done pre-market, right? So when you are prepared more strong in your setup, in your strategy, when you have rules predefined, identified, and are on the line before the market opens, then what you have to do is you don't have to take care of all the analysis in during the market. You just need to focus on the execution, right? You're getting my point? So the most of the work of all the professional traders, all those activities are done pre-market. When the market closes or in the evening or the pre-market, you can do all your homework and get ready with your setups. The second thing, when the market opens up, you just have to focus on the execution part, right? Because once you start analyzing, you can get a paralysis of analysis, you can get many stocks on the day's high or the option or whatever strategies you are trading on. But ultimately you have to be very much focused on what are my setups, what my rule says, how exactly I'm going to execute this. Let's suppose my entry is at 100 rupees. So I'm going to execute those things at the 100 rupees only. So those precisions you need to take care while doing the execution, right? And the third thing is that is the most underrated thing is the post market analysis. So once you have brought your setups or did the back testing and have your setup ready, you did the execution. But after execution there might be certain technical issues, there might be some slippages or some human error which can comes during the market hours, right? But and due to which our performance can be deteriorated or cannot be aligned with the back tested performance. So those analysis has to be done more precisely, more actively after the market hours, maybe on the daily or the weekly basis, to help you understand where exactly I'm going wrong or right. Okay. So all these things, let's keep it aside, and I'll just ask you questions like how many of you guys do the systematic trading and how many of you do the discretionary? Like how many of you are doing the manual trading or the system based trading? If you can just answer in the chat, so that will help you understand like what exactly you guys are focusing on. So we should approach our trading and the preparation accordingly. If you can just answer in the chat, that will be really helpful. All right. Okay. So there are a mix of answers I can see. All right. So we will take the approach from both end, discretionary and the system based trading. Why? Because I do system based trading, and some of the work in the discretionary that requires a system to be traded on a discretionary basis when the market is opening up. So start those evaluating those performance. Okay. Now, without wasting much time, so I'll just start teaching you the strategy where exactly how exactly we are going to do this. But for this, for starting analyzing any strategy and running the performance, three things you need to take care of. So the objective for analyzing or learning more about any strategies, three things you have to take care of. The first one is the equity curve, how exactly the performance has been going on. The second is the drawdown, how much is the maximum risk I'm going to take, right? I'm also repeating once more. The first thing our objective should be what exactly my how exactly my performance has been going in terms of my equity curve, and how much maximum risk is there in any strategy. So those things you have to be very much aware of once you start building any strategy or going live with any of the strategy, right? And the third thing is, because before we analyze any of our performance and optimizing the data, we should be very much aware of which type of market my strategy works in. Okay, like in the intraday, either my strategy is trending or in the downtrend, or it works in the sideways market. So those bifurcation you have to be very much aware of while making your strategy. So we'll now start building a few of the strategies and understand what parameters we should take while start evaluating or getting any strategies on the track. Okay, so let's start with the strategy one. We'll run the most popular strategies. We'll try to optimize some of the parameter and see how exactly you should process any strategy. And before I'll tell you and explain you any of the strategies, don't try to focus more on the strategy part, like on the rules part. Just try to understand the process, how exactly we are trying to work on any strategy, right? So we will be working on like 3 to 4 strategies. We'll be optimizing certain parameters to understand how exactly we can enhance the performance of any strategy, or choose which strategy to use and which not to use. Just understand the process, how we are going to tweak those parameters. Don't give too much stress on the strategy part, because every then and now you can use your own knowledge, experience, and tweak some of the parameters and build different or better strategies, right? So we'll start with the first strategy. And before that, how many of you guys are trading options, right? Writing options or buying options? So that will help you understand the audience what exactly you guys are doing it. So how many of you guys are uh, doing the option trading? So if you can just answer it.
Hi, Nikhil. You
Yeah,
cannot see the answers from the
yes, okay,
broadcast,
yeah, I
this
can.
thing. So, see, I can say majority of the people trades in options, and a lot of people show
Okay,
more interest in options only.
all right, that's great, that's great. Okay, no problem. So I'll just ask question if you can help me understand once
Sure,
wherever
sure.
I ask it.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
right,
thanks. All right, so I'll start with the strategy one. We'll take a very famous 920 straddle. So with a very basic parameter, we'll start. So we are taking the bank nifty index. Okay, we'll take the weekly expiry. The strike price we are choosing are the ATM options. Okay, the lot size is to, like, we'll sell one call option, we'll sell one put option. The entry time will be 9:20 a.m. and the stop loss is 25% on the individual leg. Okay, that means and the exit time is 3:15 p.m. Okay, so for let's take an example. Let's suppose Bank Nifty is trading at around 43,009, like let's say 44,000. Okay, so we'll sell the call and pull put of 44,000 strike price. Let's suppose their premiums are 100 rupees. So our stop loss will be 25%, like 125 will be the stop loss on both leg, and that stop loss are individual on the leg wise, right? Okay, so we'll start shorting the position at 9:20. We will cover the position at 3:15. If the stop loss is hit, that position is squared off, and otherwise whatever profit or loss comes at 3:15 will square off the position. So that's a very basic rule we are starting with the strategy. All right, so for any strategy to work, as a professional we are going to evaluate its equity curve. So this is basically the performance of last 5 years of data of 920 straddle, which is exited at 3:15 p.m. Okay, so let's understand this cumulative performance. So this is my equity curve. You can see the profits are around 6,61,000, and the back testing has been done on a one lot, shorting one lot on each side. Okay, and the drawdown is around 43,000. Okay, so now just keep this in mind. So these are the two things we will be keeping in mind while evaluating the strategies. So this is 6,61,000 is my profit, and 43,000 is my drawdown. Okay, so these are the basic parameters, and let's see, this is equity curve is smooth, and you can see there's a bit stagnant in this time zone. Okay, so this is our first strategy, and let's understand few of the stats also. So the margin utilization while sorting intraday will be around 1,75,000. These are the cumulative profits, and just focus on the wins and the loss days. These are 63% trades are profitable and 37 are the loss making. Okay, all right. So this is our first strategy. Now we won't go much deep into understanding where exactly how I'm going to execute this and where exactly I'm taking off. So those things will take separately at the last. But as you can see, we started the position at around 9:20 a.m. and exiting all our positions at 3:15. Now our margin is utilized between this time. Okay. Now what I will do is I'm taking another strategy other than this time. So let's look at the second strategy. So the second strategy is around, will starting at 3:15 p.m. and squaring off at 9:20 a.m. next day. So this is basically a sell today buy tomorrow strategy, STBT strategy. So let's look at some of the parameters, what exactly we are going to do it. Let's understand this strategy.